very good evening to our viewers. Thank you for joining us today on the Evening Review. My name is Toiwan Jabala, your host. Tonight on the show we are joined by Paulus Mbangu. He is the councillor for Rundu Rural Constituency in Kavango East, and he's also a member of Parliament in the National Council. Councillor, thank you very much for making time. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, wonderful. Should I have called you the absentee councillor of Rundu Rural, because you are based in Windhoek?
No, I'm always on the ground.
You're always on the ground?
I'm always on the ground, so I can't be absent. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a correct model to have constituency councillors serving in the National Assembly? I know it's a system that is already in existence, but I mean, how do you balance?
Actually, you know, when you look at most African countries, that has been the system all along. For example, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Kenya. I mean, that's a system that they employ. Actually, in Botswana, to be a member of parliament, you need to have a constituency. Because it's only those that are heading constituency that become member of parliament. And the president only appoint ministers from that crop, the MPs. But those MPs have constituencies. So at least they are connected to the grassroots. The same with Zambia. All the MPs in Zambia, they have constituencies, in exception to the other 8 that the president appoint. So the same system also in Zimbabwe, that at least every MP should have a constituency.
Okay.
Yeah, but now with Zambia, they use the unicameralism. They don't have the 2 houses, as is the case of Namibia, because for us we use the bicameralism system. It's modeled on the Westminster system that has been used in the UK, where you have the upper house, then you have the lower house. Now the upper house is the equivalent of the National Council. Now in the UK it's referred to as the House of the Lord. And then the National Assembly, which is the lower house, is referred to as the House of Commoners. The same model also in Canada. They also have the upper house as well as the lower house. The Senate, which is equivalent of the National Council, and then the House of Commoners, which is the National Assembly. But I think it's actually it's a good model, especially for MPs to have a constituency. I think it's a good thing, because at least you are connected to the grassroots. You are able to understand what is the reality on the ground, as opposed to being just an empty but without the constituencies. Because of course, members of the National Assembly will always claim and say the whole country is a constituency. But if a particular committee member will come to them with a problem, they will always refer to the councillor. No, go to your councillor. I know my child don't have money to pay at school. Go to your councillor. So that has been the system all along in the other African countries, that those are heading constituencies should be in parliament so that they can advocate for the issues that are on the ground.
If someone in Kawe village in your constituency, Kawe is in your constituency, and they have an urgent matter that they want to discuss with their councillor, where would they find you? What is actually happening at your office when you're in Windhoek?
When I'm here in Windhoek, I have a very organized team. The CDC, and of course there are also staff members at the office. So if they have an issue, they can call me directly. Normally my line is open to everyone. So they can call me directly. Where possible, I can refer them to, I can assign someone to go and attend to their issues. But so far now we are pushing very well. There's a proper channel of communication with the electorate in the constituencies. In the first place, they will inform the VDC, then the VDC will either call me or they will either call any of the CDC member to attend to their issues. And
the fact that you became councillor by standing as an independent candidate, I know that at the beginning there were remarks made by some SWAPO members at the time saying, SWAPO still controls the purse, and we are going to make sure that some people have gone as far as suggesting that they will starve independent councillors like yourself to make sure that services do not flow to the people, and therefore you get credit and maybe enhance your chances of getting re-elected in the future. How has the experience been for the past 3 years?
I remember the first interview that we had here. I raised the same issue. I said, for those that made those remarks, don't understand the Constitution.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we are governed by the rule of law, by the Constitution. There's no way that any person can do any other thing that is outside the Constitution.
Yeah.
So the Constitution is quite very clear, because we have a government. The state belongs to everyone,
Yeah.
regardless of political affiliation and so on. So whoever had that dream did not work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in the constituency we are doing very well. At least development is happening. We are trying with the little resource that we have. We are providing water to the community. Hopefully by the end of next year, every village in Rundu will have a borehole.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are providing water to the community. We are also providing electricity to the community. Despite the moratorium that the Ministry of Mines have imposed, that rural electrification is confined only to electrifying government buildings. Despite that moratorium, but currently we are fighting it, because it doesn't make any sense that you go in the village, you electrify the school, but then the community, the villages are in darkness.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So we are currently pushing the Ministry of Mines and Energy to withdraw that moratorium. But at the constituency level, we are trying to electrify. Currently now we are electrifying Mutengo Mukuru village at the moment. Next on the list is Kambo village. So we are pushing, and we are bringing project in the community. We are soliciting funds from knocking at different doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so far now we are think what we are doing now currently, even the response from the people is very progressive, and we are trying to address the issue that we promised during the campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
That will be there for them, and will be addressing the bread and butter issues, and that's exactly what we are doing.
Wonderful. So, in other words, at the end of your term, you will fully account and say whatever has been achieved and what has not, what has not been achieved is on me. There are no starvation of resources from outsiders. Everything is on you.
Yeah, at the end of the term, we'll be able to account. As I just said that, you see, the resources that is in the government belongs to everyone.
Yeah.
So everyone should have access to that resources, regardless of political affiliation. When we came in the office, for example, sport was dead in the constituency.
Yeah.
Currently now we are organizing fixed tournament, 2 fixed tournament. In May, 29 April this month, up to the 1st of May, we have the Rundu Rural Youth Cup. And then in December, we'll have another cup tournament. But then in between, there are also other tournaments, but those 2, they are fixed. Yes. So even sport has been revived. Yeah. The youth at least are active. There are projects also in the community, income generating project. Yeah. And we are pushing for more. We are pushing for more. We are knocking at different doors. Yeah. So we want to empower people. There should be no excuse. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
You addressed a belated Independence Day celebration in your constituency over the weekend or so. And you raised one of the issues to say that you were concerned about the amount of stakes that government has in key resources of the country. Oil blocks that are being talked about, minerals, that most of the time there's this 10% stake by government, and you said it's not enough. If you can expand on that. Yeah,
no. Actually, even the 10% I mentioned was just a bit of exaggeration, little bit. Yeah. Actually, the royalty tax in Namibia is at 5%. 10% is only being charged at companies that are dealing with diamond mining. But those ones that are in uranium, cobalt, and any other mineral is 5%. And in my view, the 5% royalty tax that is being charged is just less. Yeah. Even the 10% from the diamond mine is also very less. But in a nutshell, you see, different countries in the world have a different dispensations and protocol to derive on maximizing the benefit from their own resources. Yeah. Now, in Namibia, we have multi-phase problem. There were different types of problems. Number one, the first problem that we have is that we bargain as beggars for investment. We kneel and we beg for investment. And that already is a problem. Because once you beg for investment, then whatever offer that foreign companies will put on the table, you have to take because you're begging. Yeah. So we negotiate from a position of weakness. In other countries, Other countries, they negotiate from the position of strength, and they operate from the position of strength. They put the terms on the table, and they tell the investors, take it or leave it. But it's not the case with us. That's number one. We bargain as beggars for investment. Then the second one is Namibia have a problem with negotiators. Our negotiators, to be honest, are not best equipped with the knowledge to conduct such type of transaction, especially with sophisticated investors like the Westerners and Asian investors. I met one MP from Ghana. He told me that, sure, when you negotiate with the Asian people, it's just very tough. Sometimes they frustrate you. You go there, they tell you, the meeting's on Monday. Come Monday, when that day arrives, they will tell you, no, the boss is not here. They will just send for you maybe either two people that will just be watching your reactions, and just to test your characters and so on. They can even frustrate you deliberately. While they know that the meeting will only be on Wednesday, they tell you that it's on Monday. On Monday, you sit there, they just frustrate you. Tuesday, you come back, they frustrate you. So there are a lot of things that are involved in negotiation. Now, our negotiators are not best equipped to deal with those sophisticated Asian and Western negotiators. Then the second issue is that our negotiators are mostly a party loyalists, not necessarily people that can defend the interests of the country. And that is a problem. Because once we put people there because of our friends, because they are party loyalists, then we miss the point. We're supposed to put people there that have the expertise and the skills. And in most cases, our negotiators who normally used to hire also foreign advisors to advise them. And without knowing that those foreign advisors, they have their own political and national interest that lies elsewhere. There is no country on earth that has been developed by the investors. Investors will never develop Namibia, never, because they're always profit driven. They come here with their interest. You know, if there could be no diamond in Namibia, only frogs, do you think the bears would have opened a mine here to come and counter frogs? No way. They are here because they know that there are resources and that they will make money. That's the only reason that they are here. And that is one of the problems that we have. Yes. So what we need to do as a country, I think we need to grow our own expertise. We need to have expertise so that at least when we negotiate from the position of strength.
Absolutely.
No one will do it for us. We have to do it ourselves, and we need to start starting each other. And we need also to separate politics from business. Because some of these issues, the key denominator is national interest. How can we build our countries? Let's get the best people in the job.
Absolutely.
Regardless whether they are from different political parties or whether they are not members of any political party. As long as the person has expertise, let's appoint those people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We go for a quick break and then return for second half.
NMH at 1 brings you news from all corners of Namibia. NMH at 1 aims to reach viewers countrywide who are interested in current affairs in a short and sweet format. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: The Republican, Algemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, Namibia Media Holdings, Irongo, and Vindic Express. To share your news or advertise on this platform, contact NMH1 at synergy.com.na. NMH at 1, your lunchtime news companion.
We continue our conversation with Councillor Mbangu. Now, it's a good point that you raised about making sure that there's proper and sizable participation in our resources. You have key resources being explored in your constituency. ReconAfrica is there looking for oil. Some of their recent results have not been very good, but that's besides the point. There was an announcement last year that NAMCOR, which was a partner in that project, had actually sold their stake. I don't know, I can't remember whether it was all of it or a significant part of it, but I think it was all of it. Did they afford you the courtesy as councillor of why they felt it was necessary to pull out?
No, they did not. That's a problem that we have in this country. We don't talk to each other. We don't consult. I think they sold about 5% of their stake, because NAMCO is supposed to have 10%. Then they sold the other 5%. I don't understand for what good reason. They were not properly consulted, and that's the problem that we have in this country. You see, one of the loopholes that investors have detected in our country is that sometimes our operators, even those that are negotiating, sometimes have been captured and then they turn them into middlemen, and then they give them a certain fee. There's a lot of resources in this country that has been exploited by foreign companies. Lithium was in the media of recently. The ministry said that apparently 10 tons of lithium was taken to China, apparently for testing. How can you test 10 tons of lithium? And lithium is very much important resources, because currently now, especially in Europe, according to their target, by 2035, they're migrating to electrical cars. They want to use electrical cars. And lithium is very much important to make batteries for those electrical cars. Egypt have already started. I saw one bus in Egypt which is operating with an electrical bus. So very important resources. We're just giving it like fat cakes at a very cheap price without even paying tax.
Absolutely. So what is the status of Recon now? They have also been in the media a lot. Some of us have appeared before the media ombudsman. Of course, there are activists who are against the exploration activities. Namibian Sun was tracked to the media ombudsman over something related to Recon. MBC were taken there, but now MBC is actually suing the media ombudsman in court over Recon. But what last update did you get from them as to their search for this key resource?
The last update I received from them is that apparently they're still exploring. Currently now they are doing a seismic survey just to find out whether there is enough resources underground or not. So they have drilled 3 wells in Rundu Rural. They've drilled 1 well in Bambi, another one at Kawe, another one at Makandina. But they're intending again to go and drill another well, but in a different constituency. Of course, there was a concern when they started, because people thought maybe they will be they were concerned with the environmental issue. They thought maybe there will be fracking. But we made it very clear with Recon, and I think we agreed with them that fracking will not take place. If they reach a stage where they will say that they're going to frack, they're taking the route of fracking, obviously we will resist. But if it's in this ordinary way of mining, the normal one without fracking, then we don't have any problem with that one. But for now, they are still exploring. And I understand they will still come to Kavango West to bring some wells, then they'll go back again to Kavango East. So it's I'm not even quite sure when will they start with the production. They're still exploring, because after exploration process, they need to determine whether the resources that are there in the ground is economically viable or not. Otherwise, you end up investing a lot of monies, and at the end of the day, you don't get any proper return for the investment.
What is the mood of your people now? I know that at the beginning, the whole country was confused. Government says, allow the people to do this thing. There's a particular template that they are following. There will be no fracking, there will be no contamination of water resources and whatnot. And then you have these activists who are saying, but it's a lie and whatnot. And people had this divided opinion on the matter. What is the sense of trust now in the constituency?
No, for us, all what we're asking for is that we need to be updated. We need to be updated, because you see, dealing with nature is something that is a bit complicated. As long as we are kept in the loop, we are being updated, both by Recon as well as the ministry. So we are vigilantly watching any activity that are happening. So as long as, because at the end of the day, we have a responsibility to protect the environment. That one, we can't run away from it, and we have no excuse with that responsibility. But as long as they do things according to the law, then we don't have any problem. So the mood in the constituency is fine, and we'll still continue engaging the ReconAfrica so that they should invest much in the community. Even during the exploration stage, want them to invest much. And I'm even intending to have a meeting with them again on Friday, this coming Friday, to sit with them to see what are their future plans, especially with the communities. Because some of the issue, the problem that we have in this country is that local beneficiation is not been legalized, or there's no law actually that deals with the issue of social responsibilities.
Yeah.
Even with these big mines, even whether it's exploration stage, there's just nothing. There's that vacuum within the law. It's not been regulated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it have to depend on us in our engagement with them, but we'll engage them so that at least at the end of the day, our communities will benefit from whatever that's happening in their community.
Yeah. One of the key issues has been exactly what you said, that these engagements between Recon and powerful people like yourself in the constituency and in the region, and I've seen Recon making a lot of social corporate activities, donating and sponsoring things. Does that not compromise, because people fear that these favors will then make it difficult for you in the future to stand up and say, comrades, you cannot do this, because you've been going to them for asking them to do this and that?
No. The only problem is if they'll give me $10, for example, or $100 in my pocket, then that will be a problem.
Yeah.
Because that will compromise my position. But as long as I'm investing in the community,
Yeah.
as long as I don't get anything from them, I think that's still fine, and I will still negotiate from the position of strength. Yeah, as long as because what we are advocating for is that they should not empower individual. No individual should benefit.
Yeah.
Even for me, a councillor, I will not even ask them $10. I don't need that. I get my salary is enough.
Yeah.
But if it's about drilling of water for the community, I think that one will not make me to negotiate from a position of weakness. It cannot affect actually my principles as such. Yeah.
But that is now Paulus Mbangu. Another guy there in Kavango West can just be can easily be swayed and not think like yourself. At least you took a principled stance.
Yeah.
So as a principle itself, do you think it's a good thing that they...
You see with this issue of exploration, you see it's a business issue.
Yeah.
Maybe, for example, when they announce the result, if they discover something, they also get income from the stock exchange.
Announcements, yeah.
Now the question is, how can we deprive the local community to benefit from that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So obviously the language there should be, let them also benefit the local communities during this stage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As we close off this conversation, Councillor, the 2025 is coming, another round of local and regional council elections. What will Councillor Mbangu do? Will you stand again? Will you think you have done enough for the people to see this is the man that we've been waiting for, and we'll give him another mandate?
Yeah. So far now, I think it's difficult to tell.
Yeah.
Because I rely on my bosses, that's the electorate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they want me to stand, of course I will still stand. But that all depends on them. So far now, some of them have been even pushing, no, we want you to continue again 2025, but that will depend on them.
Yeah.
Because the electorate are my bosses, so they'll tell me if they want me to continue, it's fine.
Yeah.
And if they say no, that's enough, it's still okay.
Yeah.
So I'm prepared for all eventualities.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are your chances if you were to stand again? What do you think you...
I don't have any problem in Rundu Rural. I don't have any problem. So I'm always on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm always on the ground, and I'm also being motivated by the response that I'm getting from the local community. At one point, one old lady told me, she said, we are very much happy with what we are doing.
Yeah.
And I said, but what is it? Then he said, apart from this other development that are bringing electricity, water, and so on, and project, and so on, but we also feel that we are treating us equal.
Yeah.
So for us also, the downtrodden can also stop you and talk to you at any given time. We can even call you at any given time.
Yeah.
And that to me is very much important.
Yeah.
Because we should save everyone. We should treat everyone equal.
Absolutely.
Rich, poor, short, tall, whatever, regardless of economic status. I think so far now, the mood in the community is proper.
Okay.
It's proper. Yeah.
The last question in 30 seconds, Councillor. You are still young. What would be your alternatives if you were to decide that you're not standing again, or if you were not to succeed in the next election, what are your alternatives?
Oh, there are many alternatives. You know what? I've always been advocating for even politicians to be limited.
Yeah.
I don't believe in these things of being councillors for life or ministers for life. In fact, for me, I would even want councillors to serve 2 terms, then you go.
Yeah.
You can go and you can do farming, you can go in business. There's a lot of things that a person can do instead of just being there for life. I think there are many people that are also in the line. We need to give the chance to others. There's no such a thing such as a person who knows everything. You can also groom others. If you have the skills, let's give that skills to others so that others can also take over. So I always advocate for that, because even in the constituency, some of them told me, no, you will be here for life. I said, no, I will never support that. I will never support that. Maybe 2 terms is enough. Then I go in either in farming or either in business. But I cannot. I'll not even want to be there for 10, 15, 3 terms. I'll not support that. I'll always advocate for 2nd term.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Councillor, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for coming.
Okay.
Mpandu. That is Councillor Paulus Mbangu of Rundu Rural Constituency, bringing us up to speed with what is happening in that part of the country. Thank you for watching.